Just got done race directing the Set Your Year on Fire 5K down in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. I think it went really well this year. It was the first year race for it. Everybody seemed to have a good time. It was a really different crowd of people than I'm used to. What I mean is, I really don't know a lot of the people that were there today. Maybe like half, or a little less than half, actually knew from other races and stuff before. So it was nice to get that new crowd involved in a race that I race directed, and just bring a new event down to Ligonier today. They have one in October for 4 days, and a church used to do one for a turkey trot, but they haven't done it for a while. So I brought this one back this year for the Ligonier Borough Volunteer Fire Company, and as a fundraiser. I think we did really good. Registration was a little bit slow to start. Even at the beginning of the week, we only had like 30 some, I think it was. And then when registration cut off, last night we were up to 67 pre-registered. I think we had 10-ish day ofs. So that was pretty good. The weather was, I don't know, about perfect as you can ask for January. It was like mid-40s, clear, no rain. There was some rain yesterday that left the trail a little bit soft and moist, but no real puddles. Because Thursday when I went down and checked on the course, just to do a little quick pre-race check, it was still pretty swampy and puddly, and had some ice spots on it from the storm that we had the Friday before Christmas. And I was a little bit worried. That's why I checked it on Thursday, just to see what was going to go on. But I'm happy with how it melted and got clear for everybody. And even like the temps, I'm very happy to have like a mid-40 temperature race at January 1st to kick off the year. Can't really ask for much better, being a runner that runs all year long. I mean, you would like 60 or 70 if you could, but heck, mid-40s is, I'm very happy with that, to say the least. Had Barbara Vanessa Ute help me with registration again. Jack Butler, my fireman connection for the fire company. I don't want to screw the names up of the people that helped today from the fire company. So I don't want to say, I know there was Jim and a couple other people that helped tremendously with a couple of like the traffic. One guy was at a road crossing stopping traffic. Jack's wife was doing the aid station / water stop. So I think it went pretty smoothly. The cutoff was like an hour and 5 minutes. Maybe it was an hour and 10. I think it was an hour and 5 that you had to be across at like a 20-minute pace, whatever that equals for a 5K. But last runner was in at like 55. So we were 10 minutes ahead of schedule, which was awesome. I planned for an hour and 5, hour and 10 minute, for people to finish, but being done early is just icing on the cake, because everything just seemed to run smoothly today. People were very friendly. Like I said, I think things went really well, better than I was expecting, at least from the feel of the crowd and people crossing and stuff like that. I think it's because of the weather and how the conditions were that really played a big factor, because if it was really cold or the trail was like ice covered or snow covered, they might not have had as good time. I know I wouldn't have if I was running the race. But being a first year race, man, you always look for those little bumps in the road, the things that went wrong that you could fix for next year. But I think we had it damn near solid today. The only thing I wish I would have did a little bit better is got more pre-registered. It's like a different crowd or area I'm trying to expand to. So I'm not, I guess how to put it, with that in crowd, or like how to reach those people. I don't know how to really word it, but I don't know how to reach that different like demographic on the map. to get them to come to the race. So that's a learning curve on my end, and the fire company is how to like to bring the people in that they do for 4 days, just how to like publicize the race to get people knowledge of it. I think what really helped the last couple of days was the newspaper article that the one lady published, which was really good, gave us some good pub. I think that's what got us a lot of the day of registrations. So I'm thankful for that and the help that they did, getting the word out a little bit. Because again, I don't know how to reach those people, like that area itself. So I'm gonna have to figure that out for next year. Everybody seemed to be really receptive at the fire company for it. So I'm assuming they want it to come back next year. Maybe we can get some more money as we bring some more people in and get some more sponsors. I didn't know how to reach the sponsors in the area for that area as well. So that's something another thing, I guess, 2 things I gotta work on. So getting the people and then getting sponsors so they can raise more money for the fire company. But overall, it was good. Cool awards. They were like a little flame. Got some, people got their stickers. Doing that little things, to give people a good race experience and bring them back from year to year and get the word out is, I think, one of the big things that's going to grow the race. I think next year definitely could hit 100 or more people. Had some people definitely come from like an hour away, Claysburg, Chestnut Ridge, Somerset, like Ohio, like Evansburg, Pittsburgh. There was a few people that came from out of the area, but a lot of it was within like a 20-30 minute range. I know actually New Year's being last night, since this is January 1st, a lot of people might have been hungover or partied too much or stayed up too late, and that was probably a contributing factor why some people didn't come today. But next year it probably won't be on the 1st itself, because the 1st is a Monday, I believe it is. Monday or Tuesday, I think. I was looking ahead already the other night. So I'd probably have it on the weekend after, so like the 4th or 5th, whatever it might be. Because you don't want to have it on the 1st, because not every, I guess this time we got lucky because it was a Sunday, but I don't know how many people really actually have off on the 1st, or if I'll actually have off on the 1st next year. So I can't really plan a race to hold it on the 1st and then request off or whatnot. The only good side about that is, with kids being out of school, they shouldn't be in school until the 2nd, theoretically, at least in our area, is how they do it. So, nobody goes back to the school on the 1st, so it's the 2nd, so that might get people. But with people working and being on a Monday or Tuesday, I think it's a safer bet to move it to that Saturday, Sunday preceding the 1st of the year to get more people, which I think probably help draw more people in, because again, I understand people want to go out and drink or, celebrate with their family a little bit and just stay up later than they normally would. Us working folk not normally stay up past midnight. So that probably was a big factor, again, why people didn't show up. But it's one of those things lately. Can you really ask for a better crowd that showed up today? Honestly, no. Because, like I said, everybody had a good time. Nobody was complaining. And that's what you want as a race director. It's one of those things that you see day of, that you're doing a good job. It's just by people's reaction. Going up to talking to people. I introduced myself to some people I didn't know today. I know I missed some people. I'm sorry for that. But I'm just trying to get everybody's picture as they cross the finish line. So I didn't get to shake hands with some of the people I never met before. Again, I apologize. I'll try to do better than that if I get somebody to take some pictures, but that's just one less person. If I'm taking pictures, then I have to ask to help. But as you come back and see me at other races, hopefully patronize some of my other ones, you know, we develop that relationship, and you know, I'm like, hey, how's it going, type deal. But again, when you see a crowd having a good time, and you know, nobody complaining or coming up to me, hey, can you do this? Should have done that. It lets you know you did a good job. I didn't see no kids crying today. You know, that happens a lot at races, like little kids crossing the finish line, like their parents forcing them. All the kids were smiling today, having a good time. I know it was probably 4 or 5 people's first 5K, like the mother and son was their first. I don't know if it was their first one ever. I think it was his first one ever. I'm not sure about her. But stuff like that, people trust you to put on a race and for their first 5K, and they come away with a good experience. Hopefully you don't ruin it for them. Because I do like to spoil people that come to races that I put on, you know, giving them the stickers, giving them opportunities to take pictures with different things. With the fire company being involved, what was nice, I think I'm going to do this for the Newforts Festivus race as well next year, is they brought a fire truck down, since the station's only like 2 blocks away or something like that. Not very far. It's like a 20-second drive from the fire company for them. They brought one of their big firefighting trucks down, and they blew the whistle to start the race, which is just one of those little unique things that you don't see at every race. You know, instead of ready, set, go type deal that most races do, having that fire truck sound the alarm a little bit just to start the race is just one of those little things that I know if I was a runner I would enjoy. So that's why I got them to do that today. And then a couple of the kids and people were taking pictures with the fire truck, interacting with the fire truck, which is awesome, because it you know, it helps, gives that experience for the runner. Plus it helps like promote and get that community relations with the fire company themselves. Because as I tell people when I put on these 5Ks and fundraisers for the fire companies, you know, people look at a fire company and they think, oh, fighting fires or helping in accidents, but they don't realize what they do throughout the community and the other things that they do throughout the year, such as just, you know, normal traffic control, you know, going out, being in parades, you know, doing little community projects here, there. They do so much different things throughout the year for the communities and are involved in the communities. It's a way to give back, and I always tell people this is one of the ways to give back to them, and I'm happy to partake in that aspect of it when I can. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, it's just real fun. I enjoyed it today, even though I was a little bit worried about how many people were going to show up. As of earlier this week and stuff like that, with being registration being a little bit lower than I was hoping for, and just being able to make some money for the fire company, I was a little bit worried on that, but we pulled it out. And again, if you're a participant today, thank you for coming and supporting the fire company, supporting a race that I put on. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you look for the other ones that I put on throughout the year. Hope to see you guys next year. Hope you guys have a good 2023. Stay healthy throughout the year. Enjoy running and doing more races. I hope to see you at more races, whether it be mine or somebody else's. Just getting the community together a little bit. So if you need anything this year, get a hold of me. If it's pertaining to running or anything else, I might be able to help you if it's something non-pertaining to running, but I can't guarantee that. But I could surely try to help point you in the right direction. Otherwise, trying to think what else here. I don't know. I just had a good time. I'm a little bit upbeat about it now that it, see how well it went. Being a first year race, you never know what's going to happen or what to expect. So with everything that went the way it did today, I honestly, again, I can't ask for anything better or hope for anything better. I know next year I'll probably jinx it, but you know, I'm not going to expect the weather to be as good and the trail to be in as good shape since we're not really allowed to touch it at all, with our permissions, we were told we can't clean it off at all, even with like a four-wheeler or anything like that. So if it got deep, we weren't allowed to touch it. That's the only downfall about using the trail. But again, if you're a runner and you run year round, if you're going to sign up for the race, you sort of know beforehand that the conditions might not be perfect. So you have to sort of plan and, get that in your head beforehand. Because, being mid 40s today, hell, last weekend, last Friday, when I was at work, I had negative 17 degrees wind chilled, and it was only like 2 degrees temperature wise. So right there, that would have, I don't want to say chased people away, but it would have made people not want to come out and actually partake in the race. Probably would even have got like 15 people if it was like 0 degrees out, because some of past races that I participated in, once it gets that low, people just don't like to run in it, or don't prepare for it, or because it does hurt. Wears your muscles down, hurts your lungs a little bit if you don't wear like a buff over your mouth before you get warmed up. So I don't want to say jinx it again, but I said I'm not expecting the weather to be as good next year, but let's hope it is. You never know. But you always got to plan for those conditions. So with that being said, I don't know. Got a lot of unpacking to do, rearranging. I got to eat lunch, take a nap. I'm tired. Stayed up a little bit late. I couldn't even fall asleep last night. But yeah. So if you came today, thank you. If I didn't get to introduce myself to you, sorry about that. Try to work on that. As I said, some of my other race director recaps, I'll try to work on that a little bit better. Other than that, I guess that's it. See you guys soon, and have a good New Year.